triggering, because Steve always gets you always get caught up in it, Steve. I don't know why.
I do.
Real quickly,
That's a good
tomorrow, Aaron Ra will be back with us. He was just with us last night. We had a really good time on stream last night. We actually beat the all-time record of viewers last night. We had 1478, I think, was the peak. So maybe we can do it again tomorrow. Bill Ludlow will be with us as well. Bill's going to be talking about a story that someone tried to trademark his company, trademark like the little symbol that he had and the website, and he battled him for how many years was it, Steve?
It's been going on for. Well, I mean, Bill Ludlow got famous when he had the debate on my channel with Ken Hovind, because he just eviscerated him. He was like, Hovind just was getting back in the swing of things, and we brought Bill Ludlow on. He just annihilated him, and I guess it triggered a lot of creationists. So this has been going on for quite some time, and people that don't know the story behind this whole taking of the trademark, you guys are going to be just blown away by this. It is vast.
It's a fantastic story, but he'll be telling that and what happened, because he took the guy all the way to the courts, and you'll find out tomorrow what happened with that. But Aaron Ra, and he said that one or two special guests he's going to be bringing along with him. So you have to tune in tomorrow to see who that will be. On Wednesday, we have Rodolfo Batista. He'll be coming in to talk about near-death experiences and the one that he had. And then on the 31st, I've got a surprise for you, Steve.
You got? Did you get like Mercedes Carrera back?
No, still working on that. But she wants to come back on. We just got to get a date.
I know. Her schedule is
More Electric Universe.
Yes, I know. But I there's a plasma physicist that I know, but he lives in Italy, and so the time difference is just immense. But I'd love to get him on about this.
Well, this guy is like super knowledgeable about the Electric Universe, and he's going to be talking with a named dragon.
Yeah, you know what? That's awesome, because the named dragon really knows his stuff about electrical stuff. So I think. Do
you want to talk about Friday with Mick West?
1 second here. Kind of remind me what Friday is.
This was one of your babies, Mick West.
Yeah, you asked me, but I don't remember what I scheduled him for, to be honest with you.
Oh well, yeah. Well, whatever you're coming for, Mick West, I'm sure it'll be fun.
I remember you asked me. I said I talked to a billion people. People don't realize how many people we're booking. I mean, we are like literally spending hours sending out emails, and I'll be like, hey, Kyle, schedule this person on this topic at this date, and he'll get people. But I don't remember what I scheduled this guy for. I'm sorry. Sorry, let me look at my email. I have to find out.
Let's see. And then on Saturday, of course, will be Saturday Night Fight. This is a special one because it's a celebration for Fight the Flat Earthers, 5,000 subscribers. He's going to be doing 3 shows, 6 hours, back to back debates. Scotty Storm, Flat Earth Jesus, and then a special main event. So if you want to lose your mind, make sure you tune in on Saturday. Also, we will be doing the Flat Five, which the Creaky Blinder is pairing up with us. And I got the video today. It's fantastic. We picked out the worst 5 arguments put out by Flat Earthers each week. So they're topical. They're that week, and they are hilarious. There's one guy that says that the sun actually sets into the earth, like the crust opens and the sun comes in. Yes.
By the way, I know who Mick West is.
How exactly?
Okay?
Yes,
magic. But I do know who Mick West is now. I remember Mick West is he's a science investigator. He debunks things. I believe he wanted to come on and talk about chemtrails.
Oh, perfect.
So we're going to be, I think it's chemtrail. I think we did, when I was talking to make it happen, we were going to do chemtrail conspiracy theory, But if you go to Wikipedia and look at Mike West, that's his area, UFOs and conspiracy theories. But yeah, I think that's what we settled on. So I do remember them. I hadn't really talked to him or whoever it was I was communicating with in a while, so that's why I didn't recognize the name. Sorry, Mick.
So we're finally gonna do chemtrails.
Yeah, I'm gonna triple check that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was about.
Okay. And I think that's it. Steve, you ever heard of a guy named Frank Pio Russo?
No, if I recall.
Okay.
Is he trying to sue me for something? Is he trying to find me because of? Okay.
Yeah, he said he wants his agnostic only members jacket back.
No, that's mine. I wear
Okay.
it well.
Let's. Did you see my email about the debate site? I did not, Soldier of Science, but thank you for reminding me. I would have done this at the end, but in the on your screen, this will be the last thing that I announce. This is important. On your screen, on the right hand side of the sliding cards, there's one called Mootish. We've partnered with Mootish. That is a website. It's a debate platform. You can go on there, you register, and they have a topic that's set, or quite a few topics actually, and you can enter into a one-on-one debate with someone from across the globe, and you just click if you approve of the proposition or if you are against it. Well, we are partnering with them, and what they're going to do is each time we have a debate or a discussion topic that is can be turned into a debate proposition, they're actually going to host those on their website. So immediately following the show, you can go over there, and if you are so inclined, you can debate. You can keep the conversation going, and people can actually go into the rooms where the two people are debating and like or dislike arguments as they come in. So as a text block comes in, you can like it or dislike it. And what we're going to do is, as these go along throughout the month, we're going to take the top three based on likes, and those two people are actually going to have the debate here on the show. So it's a really cool partnership. I think tonight actually is when we're going to be starting that. I'm getting ready right now to put a link in the description. Let me highlight it here. So as soon as this show is over, you can go over to moodish.com, and the debate proposition is gender is fluid, and you'll be able to click for or against that based on your opinion, and then you can debate it. So make sure you check that out. Link is right now in the description. Okay, let's talk gender. Steve,
all right.
What are you identifying as today?
Same thing I've always identified as. I am definitely a phenotypical male. Definitely. Trust me on that one. And I am cisgender, heterosexual. What do you want to know? I just read you off my Tinder.
That's too much already. That's
okay.
Too much already.
I'm not on Tinder.
All right, Florian, the floor is yours.
I identify as a cishet broccoli. Just kidding.
Broccoli.
No. Well, but to start the discussion, first you have to delineate the terms gender and sex, because I feel like a lot of people intentionally screw this one up. Generally, when a liberal says gender, they mean the aesthetic expression of traits commonly associated with the biological sex. It usually has nothing to do with karyotype, phenotype, or even to some degree behavior. It more has to do with the aesthetic that person gives off. And when a conservative says gender, they mean the same thing as what biological sex means. Except they usually try and oversimplify it to mean, oh, it's just karyotype. Or, if you have a penis, you're a dude. Let's forget Swire syndrome entirely, because that's not a thing.
Mm-hmm. But they also use it as a societal construct as well. I mean, like, you have gender roles in society, so if you identify as a certain gender, that could possibly mean you just identify as that gender societally wise.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So my argument for gender would be that it is it's no better at predicting people's behavior than that person belonging to a specific religion or belonging to a specific culture. And that the biological sex doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the way that they present themselves aesthetically, because that varies greatly from culture to culture. You just look at how females dress now and compare with what males used to dress like in France several hundred years ago. I actually don't know the time frame. That would be exactly bad at history. But if gender expression is that fluid over time and over culture, because then does it really exist in the sense that a biological system exists?
Well, let's start with this real quick. So, I guess I'll ask some questions and then we kind of go from there, because you didn't present a presentation to Dave, so I guess we'll do it this way. When it comes to biological sex, typically in humans, would you say that there are two biological sexes? Male be the one that has the ability to produce sperm or impregnate. Female would be the ability to have impregnation or an ovum. That's typically everything I've ever read in biology would indicate those would be the delimiting factors of what the sex strict biological sense, not sex, not anything else. Not dealing with chromosomes, but okay.
Generally speaking, yes, but in that specific case, what then would be a individual has Swyer syndrome, so they're XY female that can reproduce, because that has happened. One of the links that I posted in the chat was to a case study on a family where the females in the family were karyotypically males and were capable of producing offspring.
Well, they would. I mean, but just the ability to produce offspring makes them biologically female, even if their karyotype was XY. What was the chromosomal makeup?
The chromosome they were XY, but then they were phenotypically female. XY karyotype, male karyotype, female phenotype.
So was it like?
I don't know if there's a case.
Was it like an insensitivity syndrome or something, or was it?
Yeah, it was. I believe that this case was an insensitivity syndrome. But this was interesting because in most cases of Swyer syndrome, they cannot reproduce.
Right.
In this one's a family, it had mutated differently, and they could.
Yeah, but generally speaking, they're males, but they phenotype. They express phenotypically as female, right? And so they don't usually menstruate, or they don't have puberty onset, developing secondary characteristics like larger breast and things of that nature.
Part of the problem too is that if you are XY and you produce a Y, you can't really produce a Y egg. It's not going to be able to get past the 8-cell stage because it's a maternal chromosome that has to initiate the first stages of development. If that's not there and it's a male chromosome, you just don't develop. And so really only, I don't know what the exact percentage, but probably around 50% of your eggs would be bad if you had that. So you would have, a lot of people get their Swyer syndrome detected because they go into the clinic for fertility issues. They don't have externally ambiguous genitalia at birth. Okay. So that'd be a fun surprise. It's like, why can't my wife get pregnant? Oh, you're not karyotypically the gender or the sex I thought you were. Surprise.
Yeah, but generally speaking, from what I've read this article, and maybe you can shed some light on it, but there was an article one time that they said that the most beautiful women are men for that very reason. That the most aesthetically pleasing, generally, that people would say would be, beautiful, which, I mean, obviously there's no objective beauty like that.
I think that would depend on what your culture values, but.
Yeah, exactly. But they said that in Western value, what people think is aesthetically pleasing, like symmetry, things like that, the perfect woman as far as looks is actually biologically male. I don't know if you've read something along those lines before.
I have read stuff like that. I don't agree with it. I think that humans use this is from a bit later, but I think that humans like to have females fall under the handicap hypothesis for sexual selection. So like think of the things that makes a woman attractive. It's usually they're skinny,